Alright guys and girls, it's jerninhgam. I like that song from World War One. We're here because we're here. 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 It's a good song, I like that, and it's very emotional from all them people that died in the First and Second World War, and they were singing that song, and it sort of brings back a lot of memories for a lot of people, and it makes a lot of people sad when they hear that song. And you know, nobody likes to lose a loved one in a war zone. Nobody does. People want the families to be alive and spend the rest of their lives with them. So, World War One ghosts. World War One ghosts. That's what named it as. So this is like going back it says the World War One. There's some ghost soldiers, the people that dress up, and they actually talk about when they were in the war, but they're just dressed up to show you what it was like in these days. Like this video was like 3 years ago. I want to show you it. So this news channel was a while ago, going back a couple of years ago, by the chance, but
soldiers from the First World War who appeared in towns and cities across the UK yesterday.
Quite a sight, wasn't it? Images of the men were all over social media as silently they just walked around and joined in modern life, sitting on benches, waiting at train stations.
Now, these soldiers were in fact volunteers. They've been asked by the Turner Prize-winning artist.
This is an old video, mind you, but I'm bringing this video back to life.
Who died on the first day of the Battle of the Somme 100 years ago. Our arts correspondent David Sillito has been finding out more.
I think it's crucial that people remember this day. 20,000 people were killed in the morning. We're each meant to represent the soldier that died on that day. I think it's that sort of idea of it being a living memorial will be very effective.
Will Maynard is a doctor. It's also a name he shares with his great-grandfather, who was, in July 1916, fighting at the Somme. 100 years on, he, his brother Graham and 1,500 others were living reminders of that day. Silent, often only half seen by passers-by, almost ghostly.
So it was meant to be unsettling, and it's based on reports during the First World War of people in towns and cities seeing their loved ones who'd been killed in the war at the corner of their eye, and seeing them on buses and so on. And it's like, for then it was like these apparitions of the dead.
Bangor, Leicester, Bristol, Kilburn. Public volunteers in uniform, just as it was in 1916. But these soldiers said nothing. Their only communication, a card with the name of a soldier lost that day.
He's just given me this, and so I understand now as people like dying like in the war.
Birmingham, Sheffield, Manchester.
Well, I think it's absolutely wonderful that we're commemorating it in Manchester. The sacrifice that the men made all those years ago, all the ones that were killed and injured, and what a waste war is.
And finally, at the end of the day, a massed gathering amidst the rush hour crowds at London's Waterloo Station. David Sillito, BBC News.
Extraordinary event, wasn't it? Lots of you clearly affected by getting in touch this morning. Tamara says a brilliant, eerie and moving tribute that she saw at Waterloo.
Michael Moran says, I think that the hashtag We Are Here thing is one of the most finely conceived public art initiatives ever, affecting people of all ages and persuasions.
Lots of people saying it's a bit like the poppies at the Tower of London.
Yeah.
I remember from a couple of years ago.
So basically, when you guys and girls think about war, and when you're in war, remember that song that always sticks in your brain, We're Here. And people that don't actually know what the army's about, have some respect and think about what things are, because one day you'll be here, and click with your fingers you won't be. Some people made it for the army, some people didn't. Anyway, thank you for joining me for the video. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
They were called walking ghosts. Hundreds of young men dressed as soldiers.